What was TTP? TTP were Pashtuns along on the Pakistan side of the border. Just for the viewers, Taliban is a Pashtun movement. There are about 45 to 50% Pashtuns in Afghanistan. On the Pakistan side of the Durand Line, which was made by the British, are twice as many Pashtuns. But what is called the tribal area was the border area on the other side of Afghanistan. There were the Pashtun tribes, and there was actually no border. The Durand Line was never accepted. They used to move back and forth. Now we have fenced the border, but there was nothing there. Now, when the US invaded Afghanistan, they removed the Taliban. The Pashtuns on this side were completely sympathetic with the Pashtuns, not because of the religious ideology, but because of Pashtun ethnicity and nationality, which is very strong. So they turned against Pakistan. When we became an ally of the US, they called us collaborators, and they then started attacking the Pakistan state and started calling themselves Pakistani Taliban, which we hadn't had before we joined the alliance. So at one point, there were 50 different groups called themselves Taliban attacking us. There were 16,000 terrorist attacks inside Pakistan. 80,000 Pakistanis died. So as the American footprint decreased, so did this movement. The motivation went down because no longer were we collaborators. And now, clearly, we are no longer collaborators because we are not allying ourselves with anyone which is fighting the Pashtuns. So the motivation has gone down. Now we are trying to talk to those who can be reconciled because it's from a position of strength. I always believe, all insurgencies eventually end up on the dialogue table, like the IRA, for instance. So now, from a position of strength, we want to talk to them. Because in Afghanistan, the Afghan Taliban have assured us they will not allow them to attack us from Afghanistan side, which the previous government did. RAW, which was the Indian agency aligned with the Afghan intelligence agencies, they helped them conduct attacks. One was the biggest attack against the Chinese nationals here. So now, because the Taliban won't allow them, we now have talked to them who we can reconcile and give up their arms and live as normal citizens. So that's what we're trying. And the ones who, then obviously the government will take action. The TTP was always, it had been pushed out of Pakistan. We conducted a huge operation. There were about 50 different groups. Motivations of different groups were different. A lot of these TTP were because of the collateral damage. In the Pashtun culture, in the code of honor, if a family member is killed by someone, they have to take revenge. And to take revenge, they used to join the other side. And there were 480 drone attacks in our tribal areas. Imagine the collateral damage that caused. And secondly, the military operations in our tribal area. Whenever army goes into civilian areas, there's collateral damage. In my opinion, in Afghanistan, the Afghan Taliban, one of the Afghan ambassadors told me here, he said most of the Taliban in Afghanistan who became Taliban were because of the collateral damage, night raids, aerial bombardment. Exactly the same situation was here.